Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at SIP Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue. We've got a great crowd, some great guests. We do have a couple guests that missed out with whatever this Pittsburgh bug is here. People are getting sick like crazy, so we'll do the best we can with the people we have. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 and the whole Pittsburgh area, Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park, YouTube 24/7, and our Pittsburgh Sportsline page. I want to thank everybody. We're at 2,769 likes. We appreciate that. You know, if you like us, we'll like you within reason, including you too, Chief. You know that. You got to learn to like that stuff.
We love Chief. We don't like him.
That's our man. That's our inside man from the Post-Gazette. We're going to start our show. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip the Prophet Hayner, and our man in the bullpen, Zach Brenner. He does our show on Tuesday nights, the live show. He's waiting to get on. We're going to save him till the end, I think. What's on your mind, Chip?
Thank you, Alan. Another amazing week in sports that we had. There's a new Masters champion, but the thing I'm starting to get a little worked up about is hockey season starts on Wednesday. We've just spent the last 8 months waiting for the season to start, and now the games actually mean something. The Penguins are going to be going up against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and even though the Penguins haven't played consistently well all year, they've had a lot of flaws in their game. It's time now when it all counts, and we'll see if Marc-Andre can rise to the occasion. But the thing I'm even more interested in watching is what's going to be happening in the Western Division, not what's happening in the East. Two of the matchups that I'm going to be keeping a real close eye on are the LA Kings and the San Jose Sharks. Be a very interesting first-round matchup, and then the matchup to pay the most attention to is the Chicago Blackhawks and the St. Louis Blues. I have a very strong feeling the next Stanley Cup champion is going to come out of that series. But that's what's on my mind.
Thanks, Chip. Appreciate your insights. I got late breaking news. Jimmy Savetic will make it for our evening tonight. He's not under the weather, so he'll be here. We just don't know when. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks. Hey, if everybody can please keep the families of the Franklin Regional High School kids in your prayers. Most of the kids were able to go to a nearby hospital in Monroeville. That's why we call it God's country. But what happened in Franklin Regional could happen anywhere. And I'll say it again. What happened in Franklin Regional could happen anywhere, but it would never, ever happen at Gateway. Hey, listen, the top 5 leaders of all time in Pirate baseball history, in my opinion, was Willie Stargell, Jim Leland, Andy Van Slyke, A.J. Burnett, and Jason Kendall. Now, I'm too young to remember Roberto Clemente and Honus Wagner and Bill Mazeroski, but my all-time favorite player of all time for the Pirates was Andy Van Slyke, and currently my favorite player on the Pittsburgh Pirates is Pedro Alvarez, El Toro. I tell you what, he was born in the Dominican Republic. He grew up in Manhattan, New York, and I tell you what, man, he grew up in a place called Washington Heights. I've been to Washington Heights. If Spanish is not your first language, second and third language, you ain't getting out of there alive. And one thing I can say about Dominican Republic players is eventually they'll break your heart. Sammy Sosa and A-Rod is from the Dominican Republic, and they was on more steroids than Zach Brenner. Pretty soon the Pirate game will be on Telemundo. Listen, if Pedro Alvarez keep his nose clean and quit drinking the water in the Dominican Republic, he'll go down as one of the greatest sluggers of all time. Pedro is my hero.
Thank you, Smoking Jim.
Some love for my buckos.
You started out so slow. Now I'm deaf. And I just have one disclaimer. one of our panelists here always accused the other panelists of being on steroids. Well, there's been also an investigation going on that how did Smokin' Jim get bigger on our show after the last 2 years? And that, hold it, that was the Kamikaze Kid. We do have a little guest interaction, but I do have to clarify that with another disclaimer that it's only the best meatball hoagie I ever had, quote unquote, from Smokin' Jim 2 weeks ago. So I don't know how you can do it. So I'm going to investigate 2 of my panelists. We're going to get them both tested. Straight up, we'll have a match on that. Who gets tested first and for what? Oh, that isn't what's on my mind. Sorry about that. The Pirates are on my mind. What a surprise. Here I am promoting the first place Pirates, and they lose 3 in a row. I don't know what happened. 162 game season. I still got Kool-Aid. Chip?
I'll turn it
You know what?
for you, Al.
The Pirates broke my heart. 82. I thought they could win 81 games at home and win at least 82 on the season so I could lose the chip. Now, I don't know what's going on right now. I see the Brewers that nobody mentioned. Ryan, I don't have synthetic testosterone in my system. Braun is back. How is that even possible? Does anybody know? I'm not going to ask that question. Smokin' Jim will start telling me. But synthetic testosterone is why he was banned. He did the perfect strategy with Major League Baseball. Take your punishment when your team sucks, when you're not going to win. Now, they brought everybody back. Their pitching is good. They got the best record there. What a surprise. And nobody talked about anybody in our division except the St. Louis Cardinals, the Reds, and the Pirates. Well, now there's 4 teams. That's what's on my mind. Pay attention. Introduce yourself.
Welcome.
I'm one of your biggest fans. I know who you are.
I'm Mike McSorley, and recently coached the Pittsburgh team for the Donnybrook event we just had a couple weeks ago at the Priory on the north side.
That Grand Hall was unbelievable.
It's beautiful
venue. Tell them your gym before we get any further, because I want to get the word out.
They have a gym in Pittsburgh, in the Oakland section, the Congreve Boxing Club, right in Oakland, and just actually around the corner here talking to a good friend of mine, Junior Williams, who outfitted our gym with many mirrors and some classic old photos.
Here in the Pittsburgh
Absolutely.
area.
I didn't expect to see him tonight, but it's always a pleasure running into him.
Well, I'll give you something you'll like. They talk about 6 degrees of separation. Well, I coined in Pittsburgh, it's 2 degrees of separation. You're living proof of that again.
It's 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I think it's like the 2 degrees of Alan Levine.
Yeah, that's it. You're welcome back next week. Anytime you want to come back on and promote me there, I'm good.
Absolutely.
No, thank you. Tell us about the Donnybrook, because we did hear from Smokin' Jim, but I want to hear from a boxing trainer.
Well, it was a great night for amateur boxing. We had a team coached by Olympic gold medalist Michael Carruth from Ireland. He was their first gold medalist, I believe, that they've ever had over there. And they brought a select group of kids over. We matched them as well as we could with a bunch of fighters we have in the area here. And myself, Jimmy Savetic was the director of operations for for boxing. I was the head coach, and we had a lot of help from all the other coaches in town. And I thought
you had quite the team too.
We had a great team. Real proud of these kids, and we had workouts a couple times a week. Great sparring, and the sparring sessions were real intense because we had alternates for each weight class, because I didn't want a kid flying over and have somebody get sick and then have a kid from Ireland not have a fight. So we had alternates for every weight, and a lot of times these were kids that had heavy rivalries in the gloves or were even fighting each other in the gloves.
Really?
And
so the competition was at the highest level.
Absolutely. And I think it really helped the kids in the gloves as well, just get prepared for that. They got good sparring, and it really worked out great. And all the coaches, everybody pitched in. So
that's great. We saw it. I haven't seen the DVD yet on it because I don't get PCNC out here. So I do want to see it. I tried to watch it. Can't see it. It's not on the computer anywhere. I'd love to see it. I've heard about it from other fighters, yourself. Smoking Jim gave us the blow-by-blow.
Jim did a great
He's
job
going to
ringside.
ESPN, I heard. Or no, Showtime. Yeah, it's Showtime.
Friday night, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
We'll get. Since you mentioned Friday night, tell us about that, because I hear you're in a corner.
Yeah, I'm going to be working Sammy Vasquez's corner. He's got a real tough fight against Juan the Beast Rodriguez. He's about 11-0, 9 knockouts.
Could you explain his record there?
Sammy's record is 13-0, 9 knockouts. He just had a great fight in Bethlehem, fighting on one of Tyson's
Weren't you
shows.
there?
I was in the corner for that one. It was a thrilling fight. He had Tyson, Larry Holmes ringside. Those guys were really into it. Sammy got off the canvas, I think, the first time in his career.
He was knocked down.
And this kid was he was fighting a tough Dominican who was, I believe, 7-0, 7 knockouts. Got up, came back, stopped them convincingly. And Steve Smoger stopped the fight, and if he stops it, you know the guy's done. He's one of these refs that likes to let it go a little bit.
Maybe a little too far.
Yeah. But he's got another tough fight. I think Sam really rises to the occasion. And we also have Rod Salka fighting, and he also has a tough fight. And looking forward to getting both these guys, seeing Pittsburgh represented here, and hopefully both our guys.
And this is on Showtime. So this is a huge.
Now, is this going to be on live Friday night on Showtime?
It is, yeah. It'll be live. I believe the first fight starts 10:45. I think Sammy's fight's first. And then there's shame on me for not knowing the co-feature, right. But Rod's fighting.
I can tell you one person will be tuning in.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, we're working on getting our media passes for me, Smoking Jim, and Zach to get out there.
Yeah. So it's great for Roddy and Sammy. Get great exposure.
Wasn't Rod supposed to be the last fight? Or something?
Rod is fighting in the main event against one of their fighters, Collado, and like
Rod was explaining that. How that deal sort of worked out.
Came out,
There's a lot of complexities to negotiating.
Yeah.
We talked off air about some of it.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's a tough sport.
It
definitely is. And we have tough Pittsburgh fighters. There's a resurgence in Pittsburgh in boxing.
Absolutely.
And you're part of it, so it's appreciated.
Thank you very much. No, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to Rod getting a big W as well. Like everybody else, I thought he got robbed in the last one. And
he was robbed. There's no doubt.
Absolutely.
There's even the announcers were alluding to that.
Yeah.
Anybody that watched that video, there's no doubt about it.
But the thing about it is that he didn't let that defeat him. He used that to build them, and anybody that knows what they were watching can see that he's an up and comer. And I'm glad to see that through a bad situation, something good came to him.
And Rod was on our show telling about this, that maybe it actually helped because working with Tyson, he's with Golden Boy.
Yeah.
So there's all kind of battles there going on just in general, let alone him being a feature on a Mike Tyson card. To me, he's from Bunola or whatever the town is. It's not Elizabeth. Bunola.
Yeah.
So that changed. I said, where is it? I drove by it once.
Just down the river from Elizabeth.
I know. I think it has 2 streets. But that's another story.
Yeah.
Tell us about your gym and what's going on there. I'm excited about this.
We've been having some good sparring, we get the pros come down, about once a week, and guys from all over come. Right now, there's a lot of really good pros, I think, in this area between 168 and like that 180 range. We got a guy from Miami coming up. I think he's going to be training here for a couple of weeks, and we're looking forward to that. And
any upcoming fights with your guys?
We don't have
right
anything.
now.
We have Sammy Suska. I think he's looking to have a fight in June. Kean Dalton is back in Ireland. He's on the West Coast, so he's looking to come back here in June and July. So, kind of waiting to see how that all plays out. But
you have some great action going on right now. So
yeah, really definitely. Not looking too far past this Friday. I'm excited. It's going to be great for, I think, boxing in Pittsburgh, and, really pumped for both these guys. I hope they...
Before I let you go, how do they get a hold of you for your gym? Tell them where you're located, and it's centrally located. It really is.
We're right near Pitt's campus up on Bigelow Boulevard. The gym is really hidden. There's no signage.
I know. I've driven by. I can't find it.
Yeah, it's kind of tucked away. It's kind of like Fight Club or something like that. It's kind of down the catacombs of this old garage. But you can call me directly at 412-728-3409. Anybody wants to come by and get a workout in, or if they want to check out the sport, they're more welcome to.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Alan,
it's
always
a pleasure. Good luck.
Good seeing you guys. Looking forward to Friday.
Thanks for having me.
All right, good seeing you guys. Thanks.
Take care.
We got a living legend in the house. If you guys like reality TV, he's a reality TV show. He was a star, a white-collar brawler. For 30 years, he's been helping kids through boxing to get off the streets. Golden Gloves director, please put your hands together for my main man, Mad Dog, Jimmy Savetic.
Hey, I'm glad you could make it out of your busy schedule. You've been traveling all over the country.
Yeah, right.
You're going to tell us about it.
From downtown to Lawrenceville to North Side.
That's the country in Pittsburgh, right?
And
You mean you went in Monroeville?
I went to Bloomfield, had some Italian food. That's everywhere in Bloomfield. I love it. Yeah, you can't go wrong. How can you ever I'm sitting on my keys? I got to put my keys.
I thought you ate too much.
No.
Set them right here. I won't take them.
I don't
He got
know.
the limousine right outside. That's all he has
That's
for
me.
me and Smoking Jim.
So what's going on? Now you guys are doing some cool stuff, huh?
Yeah, we're doing it, but I heard you're doing even more cool stuff.
Yeah, as a rule, I try to be a little cooler than you. I try. I mean, I fell short.
I know, just a little bit, but that's okay.
We were stood up for our prom, but so what? So
Hold
what?
it, I wasn't.
You sure?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened to you.
It happens.
No,
Everybody.
how
should
about boxing?
Oh, boxing.
Yeah, you know that subject.
yes, well,
Hold
that's
on, what's
my-
your shirt say? First
Always
of all, can
for
we
the
get
kids.
a shot of this?
Always
This is
for the kids.
legendary.
I like one of those.
Hey, everything else is.
Can you get a 4X for my man here?
Yeah, I noticed you look like that pushback.
No, we're testing them for steroids right now and synthetic testosterone because they're doing it in baseball.
Listen,
Why not here?
I'm not going to mess with him. If he falls on you, he's going to hurt you.
Okay. Can you teach me that move to get away from
He's
that?
going to go after Hank Aaron's
Carry
home
a
run
pork
record.
chop. Throw the pork chop over.
I like that. All right, enough for the comedy.
You know,
We'll
he's
go
my
all
friend.
night.
He's my friend and stuff. But
That's
what
what I'm
have you
worried
done?
about.
Well, you know what? I'm worried about you. When you come down my gym, we're gonna have to cut at least two
Yeah,
or three
but you got to
pounds.
go down the steps first. What are you talking
God
about?
almighty.
Come on now. All right, how's the boxing going? We were at the Priory. It was great.
Yeah, wasn't it great? Yeah, Mike McSorley up here. Honestly, I'm the guy that I named it the Donnybrook. That's mine. Because 30
Well,
years
you're
ago,
a renowned.
well, 30 years ago we had the Donnybrook down the Teamsters Temple. We started it there, and I have posters to prove it. And we hooked up with the AOH, Ancient Order of Hibernians, and the Irish Institute. Great bunch of people. And we put the
That's better. The kids
Yeah,
taught you
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's all about the kids.
Yeah, I want us to be able to see you
Okay.
better.
Ah, yeah.
In case I got to. Anyway, but what happens
Here,
is
put those
we put it all
glasses.
together, and everything. Pittsburgh is a cultural melting pot. I mean, you have the Polish, the Irish, Italian. I mean, it's all African. So, but the Irish had their day, and of course, it's St. Patrick's Day. The Donnybrook. When we lined this up, McSorley. One of the reasons, because he's a good coach, also.
That helps.
McSorley. Yeah,
yeah.
made good sense. And then we put.
Is that Irish heritage you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So he beat his own people.
I wanted him married because he's honest. Integrity is an issue with my life always. But he was one of the head coach. And plus, I'm getting too old to climb the steps. And it's now pass the torch. Young guys do it. And he's like one of my first picks.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
really.
great.
I like him, and he's easy to work with. He's a great trainer. Up at the Con Greb Gym, I think it was. I mean, it's perfect Pittsburghish,
With two names like that?
Yeah, it was
Legends in boxing?
a little suck-up-ish too.
You think?
Yeah, well, name it Third Ave. Now that's not sucking up with nobody. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's North Side. I mean, you're just. He's my buddy, but
You're making some good points here.
I mean, no, we call it as it is. He's still my buddy.
I see
Come
that.
on, Grab.
I'd rather you write.
Trying to,
Hold it. Before you get too deep into this, I'd rather you write a poem or something.
You think?
Yeah, just one little one.
One little.
Yeah,
An
not
epic,
your
an epic,
500 word poem.
yeah, an
like
opus.
about 22
Opus.
about the Third Avenue Gym.
Hurt my back lifting
Yeah,
it. 12
exactly.
ways to pick a fighter.
You write those large tomes.
Yes. But he was honestly, all kidding aside, he's first pick. Then I got Bob Healy, Irish. And then we also. Muscles. Great coach. He's training Sammy Vasquez.
Irish.
Irish you can get. And he also has the Conways, Another coach we picked, Irish.
Hold on, who's this guy Manna that you put in there? Irish?
Irish. Everybody
Well, St. Patrick come from the same country.
McManna.
Right.
And then, of course, we had Darren Odobe, which was my trainer.
I didn't know there was an O in his name.
Yeah, I did. I put it there, Odobe.
With the apostrophe?
Oh, yes, I did. I wanted it.
I just call him Coach D. I didn't realize the O was there.
Yeah, but we put him in there, and he was great because, we wanted to show that we could diversify, we can mix the Irish with the African American, and everybody would get along, go and kill each other. Of course, you throw a couple Polish kids in there, and let me in there. So everybody go, and we all sat there and said, "Can we all get along?"
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? That's one of my favorite lines.
What was our mission?
Right.
Our mission was to beat the Irish team up.
And mission accomplished.
And mission accomplished. I know what if they would have brought snot in their nose, we beat the snot out of their nose. I loved it. Wow. And I'll tell you what, it's wonderful. We won the Heisman Trophy. You know what I mean?
I was hoping you could steal it for a while, but Mike said they're engraving it.
Well, yeah, I know that. But if they would have left it alone at my gym, my gym, my kids are notorious. If they're not stealing, they're thinking about stealing.
Well, they could have engraved it, that's for sure.
Right? They would have just took pieces of it off. My kids, they don't play around.
Oh, wait, they're good
Where's
kids.
Your car? They're good kids.
They're good kids.
Always for the good kids. Where's your car at?
It's gone. They stole it.
They borrowed it.
They were here.
They borrowed it.
They said, "I'll be right back, sir."
Sir, I'll be back.
At least you taught him to say "sir."
Sir,
Well,
sir, I'll be right back. You gotta. Hey, listen. I had a kid one time. I swear to you.
Tell me the truth.
I tell you the truth. Cross me heart. He borrowed a car from a coach. When I did a drive-by, come back and gave the coach. This was out of the gym, not my gym.
And then you arrested him.
And he went.
You arrested him.
And then he gave the guy's car. Like 2 days later, the guy gets called in by the police and said that car was using the drive-by.
Yeah.
Well, they got the kid, and he was just driving the car. He didn't do the shooting. So. But you can imagine that. I said, "Oh,
that's an accomplice, isn't it?"
Yeah, well, he definitely had some questions he had to answer. But that's the true story. And it was Eddie Chambers, and this is going back 15, 16. Wow. Remember all that shooting in Wilkinsburg?
Yeah.
Borrowed the coach's car, went out and got some people, and brought it back. I said, "Wow."
You
Eddie
don't
Chambers.
hear this every day on BPTV.
No,
We're
you would
proud
not.
to have Jimmy telling a story.
Eddie Chambers was like, just let the car get. But then Eddie Chambers ended up fighting his son for Klitschko for a title.
Wow,
and he made
That's
like close to $1 million.
Yeah, went 12 rounds.
Yeah, he stopped him in the 12th.
Yeah.
But he made close to $1 million fighting the fight. One of our kids from Wilkinsburg.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice story.
So
I'm glad you closed it out with something positive.
Things happen good when you get them off of Lomer Avenue.
Yeah, now listen to this. I'm going to tell you the positive. Now, the Polish could not be denied either now.
Okay.
They saw what we did with the Irish. I hooked up with
They want to get beat?
They're bringing a team in from Warsaw. We're going to figure next year, probably around
We can't
July.
beat them.
We're bringing a team from Warsaw. We're going to beat them. And we're already planning the Warsaw team. I'm bringing a team in on June 21st at the Pittsburgh Marriott. I'm bringing a team in from Canada, national champions.
Canada, too.
And yes, so we're going to go after them next. And we're bringing a team in August from Chicago, and we're going to send them home.
What country are they from?
They're from the Windy City. And guess what? We're going to send them back home.
Kids from West Africa want to come, Jim, when you're bringing them in.
He's promoting them.
I said, oh, you step up. Step under the lights, baby. You know what? And what is the bottom line?
It's all about the kids.
It's about the kids.
That's why we respect it, in spite of your stories.
I tell you, all these great stories. Well, all right.
The true ones are fine.
You know
Those
what?
other ones with little embellishment.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
Your truth is definitely stranger than fiction.
All right, so what else is going on? What else you want to know from me? Now, let's go. Let's reverse. Let's think about this.
Okay.
I'm going to quiz you. Bringing in a Polish team.
Polish,
okay.
next year.
Canadian on June 21st.
Right.
And we're bringing
August.
What team? From
Canadians.
the Chicago.
Windy City.
Chicago.
Windy City.
Yes, that's who we're
Hold
bringing.
it. Then May 3rd, you got something going on. You skipped
Oh,
over
yeah.
The Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. And we are going to put Andy Sebastian, 30 years as our announcer. And
that is awesome.
does he deserve it? Absolutely. And he actually owns some of the Rudy subs and every Christmas he brings Rudy subs to the
Hold it,
kids.
he's in our
Yes.
latest magazine.
And he gives Rudy subs to kids.
Look at that.
Rudy, right there. That's him. Yes, he
Rudy
actually
subs.
does. He makes. I guess he. I
They're
gotta work
good.
with a
Have
dog.
you eaten any?
He makes great
I'll
subs.
tell you what. I was there the other day with him, and I had lunch. Great place, great guy, everything. But he deserves it because he comes every time we have a show, and he virtually.
Oh, he's great with
He's
the
great.
information. You give him last second stuff, not a
Not
stutter at all.
oh, I remember you did that.
Yeah.
Oh my
exactly.
God! You were so good.
I know. Did you ever meet Pinocchio? Mad Dog Pinocchio.
Here I go, like this. In that corner, and the other corner's this other guy. I said, no, come on, talk to me.
What do they weigh? They wouldn't even tell me what they weigh. All right, this will be for another show.
And the winner from the
Purple
purple.
corner.
They won. All right, then
They were purple. Then they were
I
singing.
won.
Hold it. Then how dumb
But you tried. You did good.
Wait
though.
a second. You didn't tell them the best part. Nobody else wants to wear a suit, Al.
Yeah, nobody.
And now it's 115 degrees. Can you wear your best suit? Oh, yeah. Jim, I'm in a Jim sandwich.
How where the suit is going to be buried in.
You did really good.
So now I lose 20 pounds. I haven't regained it. I'm eating everything he eats. What's going on wrong here?
Everything.
Next subject. Thank you for that opportunity. Hold it. I want to thank you for the opportunity because this guy, my friend, pumped me up and said, Al, you're going to be famous. You're going to get a lot of time. Jim goes, you weren't that good. You suck. But you
I
did
didn't
it.
say suck. I said.
He swore at me. And then I count up. I had 32 seconds on White Collar Brawler. And
You counted that.
Yeah, I had to. Because people kept saying
They
they
gave you
saw
that
me.
much. If you would have made it 60 seconds, they'd have gave you a big check.
I know, and you held me back. How about he goes, why don't you eat a hoagie? And I went to eat because I was dehydrated.
I was saying you was bad, but they kept saying, get the hook. Get the hook.
Yeah, but just so you know, I got the director's personal number, and they said,
Oh, you did all right. I mean, listen.
they said Jimmy's crazy.
And
I said,
did really
I know
good.
that.
You did really
That's
good.
why I like talking to him.
For first going out there after you. I mean, come on, this was new for you. You used to like buying someone furniture and stuff. Levin furniture.
No. I got to tell you. How did this happen? Wait, I need a drink.
That's the only reason I'm getting here, so I get a discount on my furniture.
I had a conversation. Hold it. I had a conversation with him because he kept saying, I think you're Levine and everything's fine. I said, no, I'm not Levine. I'm Levine, the talking machine. And I said, some people drop an E and call me Levin. I said, that's where you can get furniture because I can't help you.
And I have been hanging
Always
out.
working me.
I want to hang with you because I thought I'd get a discount.
You do.
Anything.
Just mention my name right down the road.
Levin.
No, if you go there, ask Paul Levin about Alan
Levine,
Levine, the talking
The
machine.
attorney's friend is a.
And here's what I guarantee: whatever you should pay, it's going to be more.
No, they won't. They wouldn't dare. They would not dare.
And they know who you are.
Maybe after this.
They do.
After this,
This is broadcast in the greater
Are you
Pittsburgh
paying attention
area.
down there? Are you paying? You know, we're trying to work the crowd here. Pay attention. We're going to help you out here.
We work the crowd. Now, back to boxing. We got a Hall of Fame boxing match on the 3rd, right?
It is.
Who's
It's
boxing
It's
in
going to
that?
be first at the Royal Place. Or it's like the Mecca on this side.
Tell
of the
him
river.
where it's at.
It's
'cause
on
he forgets.
Rod 88, the Mecca.
In the corner of 51.
51, where they're doing all the construction,
Okay.
make a right-hand turn.
Because he's late all the time.
You've noticed that.
Yeah, just found that out.
Yeah, but he's picking up all the card
late.
girls.
All of them?
A couple.
Okay.
We only use a couple.
I know, but you don't see the ones that are sitting next to him.
I always notice he comes in with a bag of food half eaten. I've been noticing that. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, because he won't share it.
Oh, sure. And I said, what are you doing? What are you
Now
doing?
the roast is moving. The roast is going over here. And don't give him a roast. Hold that roast.
All right, what are we doing? We got how much
You
time
got
left?
3 more minutes of
Three
Hall
more
of
minutes.
Fame
All right,
talk.
there we go.
Who else? Who
we have
else
a
in the
team
Hall of
that's
Fame?
going away. Well, that is kind of a surprise. I'm going to save it for the
Okay,
next
then
show.
save that for then.
What we're going to do is we are working with a couple guys. I'm balancing it right now. There's a lot of people who deserve it. Jimmy
Okay.
Williams, for example, we were going to induct him this year, but because of he's going to be out of time, we're going to wait and table that till next year.
Sure.
Timmy Williamson, a national champion, Olympic runner-up, alternate, deservingly everything. And it's a very wonderful thing because it's done at the Heinz History Center. Okay, in the show, we're going to have the Novice and Cadet finals.
Okay.
And we're sending a wonderful team to Philadelphia on the 26th of this month.
April 26th.
Yes, and we're training hard. We want to beat them. Oh, are they tough to beat?
In Philly.
Yeah, in Philly. They cheat. They have to cheat.
Do they?
If they were here, I'd cheat them. I can't try. No,
There's
they're very
an honest
good.
man.
Listen, what I tell you about boxing. Only square thing about boxing is the ring. All right. Yeah, well,
And who keeps score?
Yeah, right.
It's
No,
up
but
for-
you want to get out there. We're sending this. That fight we have with Caleb Parrish and Monte Everard, close fight. I worked
Yes,
the
it
corner
was.
over Monte. I thought we won. They thought they won. They won by 2 points. It was close enough where I couldn't argue. I'll argue. All
I've
the
seen
time.
you in action.
Yeah, I will argue. And,
If you're on his team,
sticks, yeah.
he won't stop arguing
Sticks and
for you.
stones will not break my bones, but watch the words that I use on you. They're going to hurt you. They will hurt. I will make you. You will be bullied on Facebook if you let me. I will bully you.
Wow.
If you hurt my kids, I'll say bad things about you. Send it to everybody.
Wow, you must be using an alias on Facebook. I haven't seen you appear yet.
Levin.
No,
Levin. I'm using the name Levin.
No, I wonder. I had to block that guy.
Okay.
I blocked the guy. He's gone. Just like you,
I
you're just about
unfriended you.
gone.
I unfriended you because you were acting nasty. You were doing terrible things.
I know. I like him. He doesn't handle compliments well.
Anyway, where were we? Where'd that kid go to with Rick Soyley?
He's
He ran
gone.
out.
And then
Did he?
where else are you going? You got all these events coming
Mike
up.
Tyson's coming in. When he'll be here, I'm hooking up with him tomorrow. Mike Tyson to me is probably, arguably, one of the top 3 best fighters in the heavyweight division ever. Not best boxer, best fighter. If you would say that Marciano was the best, Tyson arguably would have been the second best or equal to, and then you might put Dempsey up there. Yeah. But arguably. As a boxer, he wouldn't, we have all the, boxing's different than fighting. But I'll tell you one thing, he made $450 million. That is almost half a billion dollars.
Wow. I could do the math.
Wow, that's was he boxing? Was he the Iron Mike Tyson? And he's here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Sammy Vasquez, kind of I hope he goes well.
Right.
But wow, could you imagine that kind of money, that kind of at 20 years old, the youngest heavyweight champion? You have money, you have cars, you have homes, you have everything. And then of course, then you get Robin Givens,
And that was the downfall.
that's like he.
That was it.
Oh, I would say could have. That was tough. That is definitely.
Well, that start. He went to the
but what do
precipice.
they say? Every man to his own poison. You're young and you want to do that. It's look. Everybody takes their youthful mistakes, and like the elephant and the ant. The elephant and the ant. They make love all night. Next morning, the elephant is dead. The ant gets on his little ant knees and plays. Please God, forgive me. Because one moment of ecstasy, a lifetime to dig a grave. So.
On that happy note, you aren't going to hear poetry like this from anybody else.
Yeah, but you think about it. That kid.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
20 years old. You're a millionaire.
Well, he's a man now. He's been in Hangover 1 and Hangover 2. So, I mean, you can't beat the movies like that.
But anyway, he's here in Pittsburgh sponsoring. Salco's has a great shot. I hope they make it because they're on Millionaire Row if they do.
Right.
What I like
and that's
to see
with
them,
Golden Boy Productions.
Yeah, they're in Vasquez with Tyson.
Right.
Salka's with Golden Boy. I mean, that's Top Gun. I mean, that's that's who you want to be with.
Doesn't that say something about Pittsburgh boxing right now?
It says a lot. They have the potential to make it, and they were both state Golden Glove champions. Yeah. I watched them grow. Am I proud of them? Absolutely. Both guys were in Iraq.
Right.
Salka was in Iraq. Vasquez 3 tours over
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, and That says a lot of their character. I'm glad they're home. If I had the choice, I'd bring everybody home. All over the world, I'd send everybody home and send them back out with, go to Disney World.
Why don't they just come to 3rd Avenue, Jim?
Yeah, just come down here.
If you want to get that anxiety and that fighting out, come on to 3rd Avenue, Jim.
You can visit Lawrenceville, North Side, and then you can do things neat like that. Go down to the Strip District, shop down there. I like Pittsburgh. I think it's fun.
Promoting Pittsburgh. I was promoting the 3rd Avenue.
Well, I want them to come around, stop, say hello, then leave. I want to go.
Don't linger.
No, don't linger. You don't. My 3rd Avenue, Jim, is to get you there, and then you go to Buzzy Garnick's camp. Go to a professional camp. Become a professional.
Okay.
There's a difference in the two worlds. I can get you ready, and then you go and you
further your career.
Yeah, further your career. I mean, you have to be a professional. You have to dance with professionals. You want to play amateur game, you have to better yourself. Example, Eddie Chambers went to Philadelphia. You got to go to Vegas. You have got to go where the better competition is.
And the money.
If you want to spar with me, okay, you beat an old guy up in the gym. Big deal. You beat a kid up. Now, if you go up there and you higher your level, and all of a sudden you're a Mayweather spar partner, for example. Right. And all of a sudden that's what Larry Holmes did. He was all these sparring partners.
Right.
Yes, he was.
So that's
a good move.
That's how it usually works. Unless you're Mike Tyson, who didn't need anybody's sparring partner. Right. He just went.
He was knocking them all out.
He really hurt. He really put him to sleep, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I think the only guy probably, arguably, better than him with knockouts, I think higher percentage was George Foreman.
Wow.
I think George. You remember George Foreman picked Joe Frazier up with a body shot like 2.5 foot off the canvas, and Joe Frazier was 210, 15 pounds.
Solid.
And picked him up off the canvas. George Foreman, and asked Michael Moore about that. Michael Moore won every round except one punch.
Yeah.
And,
that was it.
Yeah, but Michael Moore put a lot of people, but not like George Foreman. George Foreman, remember Ollie would imitate him?
Oh, he mocked him.
Boom. And that's what he would do. And that should have been a clue, but nobody clued Michael in.
Nobody knows boxing better than Jimmy. We're going to have to get you out of here in Pittsburgh, I say.
I don't know. Listen, I'm happy here, and I just want to.
No, thanks for coming to our show out of your busy schedule.
Aaron, welcome back.
Introduce yourself, Aaron.
Aaron Jensen, the common sense golfer, the best golfer this weekend. Looked like it was Bubba Watson. Don't you agree?
Wow, you're going right to the Masters.
You got
What's this color?
Yeah,
sure.
You couldn't get a jacket, so you wore the shirt. I love it.
I can't get the jacket, so
you got the shirt.
Yep,
Fix your collar. It's curling up a little. We're on air.
Thank you.
Get that collar there.
So, what'd you think? How'd the Masters go for everybody?
I'm not a big Masters fan unless Tiger's in there, and he's had so much steroidal damage that he's getting repaired. So I'll wait till next year.
That's a big statement.
To be honest with you,
It's true.
I love the Masters every spring. I mean, I've been watching it for 30-plus years. That's just one of the most gorgeous golf courses on the planet in April.
Absolutely. It's flawless, and, it's really not that long. It plays right into Bubba's wheelhouse. Sure. He can grip it and rip it. He hits it high. He likes to hit his high fade, high cut shots, and that's exactly what you need on that golf course to hold the greens.
But you know what? One of the amazing things about that tournament is that we're seeing some of the younger golfers, some of the future stars of the PGA, starting to come up to contend for some of these titles, and they're the people that we're going to be watching the next 10 and 15 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it reminds me a lot of when Tiger had first started and won at the age of 20.
Yes.
21.
21.
See, I know a little golf. I'm not an expert like you.
But, so Spieth had his chance. Unfortunately, I think he let his emotions get the best of him.
But Bubba's an emotional guy. He's like a roller coaster out there.
But if you watched him out there, that's how he plays his game. But if you watched him emotionally, he kept himself in check. He was down 2 to Spieth.
Yeah, that's true.
He hits a perfect shot into a par 3. He's in perfect position to score birdie, and Spieth holds it out from the bunker. If that doesn't destroy a person's confidence, but instead he just kind of shrugs it off.
It builds
makes his
character.
birdie.
These guys have a lot of character.
To be honest with you, I think what Bubba learned was last year, being the defending champion last year, and how, he didn't really kind of rise to the top. He learned more about, his demeanor and his temperament on the golf course that paid dividends for him this year.
Well, not only that, but the advantage that Bubba has over everybody else, like Tiger had at one time. When Tiger used to be able to hit it past everybody on the tee box,
right,
that's a huge advantage. Because now, the guy you're competing against, he has to play a shot before you play your second shot. So, depending on what he does, dictates what you do. If he hits one real tight to the green, then you got to step up and hit one. If he hits one sloppy, you can play it safe. It's totally different.
Yeah.
The psychology of golf.
You're
hearing it right here.
It's a little bit of trading punches. So it becomes like a boxing match, and it's a lot
very
of fun to watch.
apropos. You've been listening to our boxing segment. The first 2 segments were all boxing.
Zach and I go at it all the time because he was having a lesson earlier today.
I know he needs a lesson. He's hitting the ball out of the park. He practices in parking lots, and he hits them about 3 miles. It's unbelievable. That Homestead Grays Bridge, he goes from one end to the other.
Is he playing
but
a
the short game,
little tin cup?
There's no short game there.
Actually, he told me his short game was great the last time he played.
Well, you know why? It rolls downhill, and there's a funnel, and it goes right in there.
Yeah, right into the cloud's mouth. I love it.
And he's hitting from way off the course. I don't know what those courses are called, but he's way off of that.
Yeah, because he was just trying.
Please help him out.
Today, he was muscling everything today. He was muscling.
You're an advertiser in here.
Absolutely.
In our Pittsburgh Sportsline magazine. Look at that. He's trying to help little Z, and he has made some progress. I heard he beat somebody on the course yesterday when he was out there, or the other day.
Physically, or?
No, we're talking golf.
Oh, okay. I'm
golf.
just making sure.
Because he doesn't fight anymore. He retired undefeated. He doesn't have to. His reputation precedes him. That's why he's security.
3 people went out, 2 came back. Yeah, beware of the humps and the sand traps.
Yeah, definitely. He'll bury you out there. You better teach him the right way.
I will.
You didn't bring a club here. I was hoping to see a club.
No demos of anything. I could have brought the stretching pole, but I figure, you know what? Today was more about Masters. Yeah, talking. I'd like to come back every time we have a major. Talk about maybe.
How many majors are there? We'll try to fit you in. 5.
If you count.
We don't.
I thought it was like 4.
You gotta count the players. I know it's not.
I thought it was 4. That's why you had.
I'm old school. There's 4 majors.
They're trying to trick me. They know I'm not a golfer,
There's the
but
Open
it's still 4.
Championship. There's the
That's
U.S.
why I
Open
smiled when I said it.
and the PGA.
Yeah, I know, but
You have
the
a good
players
sense
is
of
very
humor.
important. Players is very important.
In this day and age.
It's the unspoken, major that they just don't talk about.
You spoke about it, so
Well, I
it's
speak
official
about it
now.
all the time.
Who was the head of the PGA that was trying to make that one? What was his name?
You know what? I forget. I know there was some talk about it.
Yeah, there was talk about it, but it's an amazing tournament because it brings in all the top players in the world.
Yeah, and it's big money prize. It's big advertisement. I don't know why they don't make it a major. More than likely, it's because it's more of a players event and not a PGA event.
Right.
That they don't dictate.
Maybe there's
the show.
some politics going on.
Sure,
with that.
sure, absolutely.
I would think.
Yeah.
That's just like how long did it take the Augusta National to allow women?
Right.
It only took them 100 years. They get around to it eventually.
Yeah, eventually, that will be our 5th major.
Even if you want to, all kidding aside, African Americans, how long before they were able to go to Augusta and play golf?
1975, Lee Elder was the first.
And that's ridiculous. So, but things change
Yep,
for the better.
Yeah, always for the
Now,
better.
how do they get a hold of you?
Well, you can reach me at aaron@commonsensegolfer.com if you're ever inquiring about lessons. And you know what? I think maybe we should take little Z and put him on the spot. I can maybe record his swing now and see his record his swing after. Sort of like a weight loss
Not
program.
in here. Please do it outside. Okay.
Yeah,
now I feel
definitely
better.
outside.
Okay. Because there's people here.
How about we do that, Z?
But he's going to be
He's
following
up for
you.
it. He's up for it.
Oh, anything with a microphone and a camera. How about you're not going to film it? He's going to be blacked out. No offense. And it'll just be like a symbol of a person there. And it'll just be on the club and where the ball goes. That's what I'd like to see. Forget the person and the voice. Let's see what he does. I'm just saying.
All right, I'm all for that. All right, so
Okay, we got a deal then.
Yeah, if you need to get a hold of me, you can always call my cell phone number, which is 412-926-3873. Again, twice, right? 412-926-3873.
And you can't leave till you hold the magazine.
Oh, you got to hold the magazine. This is what little Z did to this guy on the golf course.
Give me that magazine. He's out of here.
That's how we won. That's how we won.
We'll see.
I like that. Steel Nation magazine with the newest MMA shirt that they have. Zach Brunner's modeling that. Oh, I mentioned his name. It's Z time.
It sure is.
What's going on?
Fresh out of Still Valley. I like how Smoking Jim Frazier likes to hype up Gateway.
I hope and I pray that nothing ever happens in Gateway. Because not only is the wrath of God going to come on him, but the wrath of Z. So please.
As the man, I never see you in any green and gold, you know? I noticed that. I never see you in any of your native colors.
It's black and gold at Gateway.
It's black and
The
gold.
Green Bay Packers are green and gold.
Okay, I mean,
See,
I
he
saw
knows.
Gators, and I just, you know.
Hey, I got a story. Since you're telling stories about Smoking Jim, I was in God's country. There's this place called Buffalo Wild Wings. So I go in there like an innocent babe. Hey, do you know Smoking Jim? They go, what is that him? And then they go, you got to see a manager. So I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. They're offering me water and stuff like that. So I look around. Lo and behold, I look up. I don't see a number 22. I see a 29, and I see another number because now I'm busy here because no Smoking Jim. There's 3 Gateway jerseys and the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hey, this is just.
In Monroeville. How about you got to go there?
Hey, this is just in.
What?
Smoking Jim Frazier has been replaced at the Donnybrook by Little Z due to the fact that he hasn't made it through anything in over a decade to the end.
Is this late breaking news?
It is. It is. So
And I got to disagree. There's 2 shows that he never leaves early. Now, he's been late, but there's 2 shows that he's always there, well, except when he missed. But
on Monday and Tuesday nights.
bingo. Now, I'm dealing with some of the smartest guys in the world.
Alan, that's only because these shows are only an hour long. He's got about an hour and a half.
Whoa. Those are...
And the longer these go, man, the more of a chance of him getting up, snapping and walk off.
That's insignificant right now.
See, Alan, we got him penned in here. He can't sneak off.
Okay, you lean in. Lean in.
He's like a reverse Oreo.
We're a vanilla cookie with chocolate cream.
Reverse Oreo out.
Exactly. That's close.
Inside out.
Yeah, I like it. Except I like the
2
Oreos.
crackers and
I don't know about the
brother in the
crackers. There's like 3, but that's okay. A disclaimer: all these opinions are his own and Smoking Jim's.
Always, Dave.
And Smoking Jim's.
They're
'cause
always mine.
They're in collusion here. Look that up in your dictionary.
Never. Don't say that to the folks at home.
Collusion.
Don't
Is
plant
that a car
seed.
dealership?
Isn't that Calusi?
What do I know?
Hey, Zach, what's on your mind?
How about those Buccos, Chip? They can't win in Milwaukee to save their lives.
Hey, you know what? Just a little bump in the road, Zach.
Just a little bump in the road. It's a little bump in the road every time they go to Milwaukee.
If my memory serves me correctly, last year we were 5-4 in Milwaukee. So, in previous years we haven't done well, but I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to return the favor this weekend. I'll be down there to cheer them on.
Saturday night.
There you go. I wonder if it's fireworks again.
Yes, it is.
Bingo.
Hey, Levine, how many hockey games did you have to win the Stanley Cup?
It's still 16 because I'm a fan, buddy. All you fly-by-night think you're playing hockey, get the puck out of here. You're not playing hockey. You guys never did, never will. This is professional hockey. As a fan, they need 16, and it starts on Wednesday.
That's right.
The countdown
season
is 16.
starts on Wednesday.
Thanks,
And
buddy.
the Penguins brought back Thomas Volkun. They brought him back.
Well,
up.
he's actually a psychological tool against Fleury because he's been going to psychiatrists. So that is what they use, so he would think that he could win. You don't want to see him.
We're not going to have to use Thomas Volkun. And if Thomas Volkun has to go in, you're almost guaranteed that we're not going to win a Stanley Cup. So,
Now, there's a
proven
lot
wrong.
to be proved, and you know what? We can talk about it all we want, but Wednesday night the puck drops, and that's when it all matters.
I mean, they just have to score goals, point blank. Play a little bit of defense in front of the Flower and score goals. You know, they got the talent, they got the
Definitely.
firepower. You know, as long as we don't have any power shortages.
Well, I'm going to predict before anybody else, since you guys like jumping the gun, the Penguins win 16 games. I don't know how many in a row. I don't know if they win the series right away. They win 16 games, they win the cup.
Is that before next October? Because, I mean,
What
they
year
got to
is
win
this?
16 by the middle of
What
June.
year is this? In 2014, they win the last 16 games
You're an
for
optimist.
this year.
Okay.
You're an optimist.
I don't
This
share
season.
your optimism. I believe me. there was nothing. I
Hey,
would
you're
like
allowed to
more
be
than
optimistic
For
about
the
the
sake of
Pirates.
Disco Dan, they had better run deep into the playoffs. For
I'm
the
with you
sake
on
of
that.
Disco
There
Dan.
was nothing I would like to see more. I just don't see that they haven't shown me that they're going to do that this year.
That's why they're going to win it.
That's why they play the games.
Exactly.
As the what is that? The
Reds.
The Reds. The Reds go yard on the Buccos.
So what else is on your mind? Now that you've brought up a couple things, took a couple swipes at us up here, while you've had all that time to think and plot
I just wanted
with your
to,
new partner in crime.
What's happening with
Hey,
the
it was-
boxing?
Well, you know, on Friday night, I don't know if in God's country, you know, if they're gonna let Smoker Jim Frazier out of his cage to come out, you know.
He's allowed. I'll just tell you, the key and the door are open. It's whether you can get in.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Jim would actually have to stay for Rod's fight because he's been.
Well,
no
Raw's
one
the main
missed
event,
that
so that's
last
gonna be
one.
the last fight
Yeah, I
of the
know.
night.
We
So
declared that.
it
with
might be
Jimmy.
past your
I'm a
bedtime.
DVR it.
TiVo.
Hey, I go the dangle a meatball sub in front of him. Have a
Pork
meatball
chops.
sub on
Pork
his
chops.
stick.
I don't know if that'll happen.
Check that. Check that.
No, it should be a great night of fighting.
No, it's gonna be a
Two
great night of
local
fighting.
guys, three
Lightning-
local guys
Lightning
actually.
Rod Soka, a Brenner contracting sponsor fighter, and my good personal friend is
Can
back
you get a
for
close up
redemption.
of his head, John?
How could you not?
No, I meant the extra close up of his head.
Get a close up of his Barry Bonds.
Zach, I'm sorry.
Listen,
I had to
you
get-
can tell I'm not on steroids because my head has stayed the same size consistently
Third
since
grade.
1984.
It was that.
So-
His mother told me that,
You know what?
Lois, that was third grade.
And
I
saw
can't
the
believe he
picture-
grew
I saw
into it.
pictures from grade school.
It's all
The hair
true.
just moved south.
I saw your photos too. Third grade, I think it was.
Laugh it up, guys. Hey, for you folks out there in the crowd, tune in tomorrow night from 7 to 8 p.m.
Yeah, 'cause
I'll
Zach
be
will
back
abuse
at it
us all.
in a tight box with these three gentlemen.
Oh, there's no competition here. I'm not seeing it, so you do what you got to do. There's no competition.
There'll be some payback tomorrow night, I'm sure, Zach.
I can't tell the difference with you guys. I'm in the sandbox here. It's Gateway. I'm in the sandbox, Steel Valley. I love Charlie Batch. I hate Charlie Batch. Okay. That's what you'll see, folks.
Hey, it's ratings gold.
It's cold, but I don't know about those ratings.
Hey, well, that's just because nobody watches it on YouTube.
I know.
Because our ratings are generated based on YouTube, not based on people watching it on TV. So if you guys aren't going to Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook or going to YouTube and typing in Pittsburgh Sportsline and watching it 24 hours a day, we're not getting the views, and therefore Dave Cable thinks that Outtakes with Fury is more highly rated than my show, Pittsburgh Sportsline, and we just can't let that happen. That's just not happening. And also, tune in and watch the Bethel Park Police Pals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers broadcast that I did on 4/4/14.
You killed Smoking Jim. You knocked that one out of the park.
I stayed for the whole thing.
He got some of the greatest interviews with Steelers ever in Bethel Park.
And some faculty and some local Bethel Park citizens. One of the first times that you guys ever interviewed any of the Bethel Park citizens. They were unaware that we even did a show in Bethel Park or that there was a TV studio. So I was taking it upon myself to
What's
open the door.
What's unusual about that statement is we did interview people from Bethel Park last year, and some people have selective memory loss, so that happens, and this has been going on for years. But you did well, Sonny, there.
A lot of shots to the head in the younger days.
I could tell.
I'm like Smoking Jim getting a little Muhammad Ali. It's a little punchy. Don't worry.
And the rest of those fighters.
Don't worry. I still got a Foreman grill for you, buddy.
Do you? When you bringing it in?
Give credit where credit is
I'd
due.
like to cook on that grill in the neighborhood. Where's that Foreman grill at?
Your boy's always worried about food.
I know. I'd like to cook some chicken on there.
I'll tell you what, here's the challenge. You bring the meat, I'll bring the grill, Levine.
Whoa.
So you bring the meat, I'll bring the grill.
Okay, I'll bring some meat
And
then.
I'm not talking about no like chicken legs or nothing like that, man. I want some good,
How about
high quality.
chicken breast.
Hey, Smoking Jim Frazier eats chicken breast.
I don't know what he eats.
A lot of meatball hoagies and sips.
Well, we could put meatballs on there. You could grill up those meatballs.
Hey, they grow up all kinds of stuff on the Foreman grill in Homewood.
I want to see what they're grilling in Homewood. What goes on? I don't know the neighborhood. Are they the big, like ones they put out in the backyard?
Same ones they got on the hill.
Really? Okay.
As we segue,
They got the small
as
ones
we
on the
segue out
hill.
of the cooking segment, folks.
And
As
thank
we
you for
wind down-
tuning in on that.
as we
We got
wind
2
down.
minutes to go. The 2-minute warning is up right
I
now.
was disappointed that there was no spring game for Pitt. Instead, they decided to invite a bunch of people that didn't know about it down to the facilities where Smoking Jim's going to be having his steak in a couple weeks, and
Why,
they had
draft
an
day?
open house.
Yeah.
Well,
down
you
there
know,
for
when you want to
Pitt.
hear something, that I found kind of interesting is that Penn State had their spring game the other day. They drew 72,000 people to Beaver Stadium to watch their spring game. Now, that's why one of the reasons why they pack a 100,000 seat stadium, and we can't put 72,000 to watch Florida
Hey,
State.
right now, I'm not going to lie to you folks. There's a lot of shots and jokes right now that I could take at Penn State that would bring this place down to the ground. But Joe Paterno was my grandfather to me, and I'm not going to desecrate the legacy of that man due to the actions of others and what people knew or didn't know. So I'm just going to let that go. And, Penn State, they got a lot of people, but what they lack is integrity. So I'd rather have 10,000 fans and integrity than 72,000 and a bunch of guys that don't want to step up and do the right thing. So that's just my personal feeling on the University of Penn State.
I think you dropped a
So
bombshell right there.
that's just how I
Thanks
feel
for
about
holding
that.
back.
And Ranger up, folks. Come out to the scrimmage at
Hold on,
Brentwood
who's
High
the
School this
assistant head
Saturday.
coach? Who's the assistant head coach?
Come out to the scrimmage this Saturday at Brentwood High School. You can
What
check
time
me
is that
out.
on Saturday?
2:30 p.m. You get to come out and check out the
That's your
Rangers as we
season.
continue to get ready
Thanks,
to
Zach
go.
Brenner. You covered a lot of turf. I appreciate it. Thanks, Chip Hayner. Great night,
Thank you,
Smoking
Alan.
Jim. Thanks for everything you do. Your opening is just off the charts as usual. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Thanks to all of you, Bethel Park TV, Devin Shea, John the Tiger Kiger on the camera, Dave Cable for all the great graphics, and we're bombarding him with shows, so thanks for watching us in the area. Drive home safely. We'll see you next week.